a major story happened yesterday, which is our hot topic, because this is our hot topic segment now. And that has to do with the 21-year-old girl who was arrested for the alleged killing of the Super TV CEO classmate, who was arrested, rather, and paraded yesterday for killing the Super TV CEO. And yesterday, that incident has generated a lot of reactions across the country. But then for us to have a proper understanding of what transpired, what went on, as well as what happened yesterday, we'll play you a package now, and then when we return, we'll have that conversation. Stay with us.
After hours of waiting, the suspect walks into the venue of the briefing. As she sat down, the 21-year-old was deep in thought. The short-lived relationship started in March at a beach when her friend's boyfriend introduced her to the deceased. These exhibits are what she wore on that particular day she allegedly killed Usifo Ataga. Police say both her clothing and her handbag had blood stains when they were retrieved from her.
On Tuesday, she departed, left the man inside. So when the man did not come out on Tuesday, on Wednesday, I think, those who are evacuating the trash bins, so went in to do their normal duty and discovered that the door to the apartment was a bit half opened. So the door was opened and to remove the trash, and the man was found on the floor in the pool of the blood with boxers only on. And we started our investigation, so started doing all the leads. And God's willing now, yesterday night, we were able to track her and got her arrested. She recently disappeared now with the man's ATM card, which she said the man gave to her voluntarily, and colleague gave her the PIN, with which she thereafter went to make some withdrawals. So from that, when we got now, we blocked that line. And the man's driver license, and equally, so the man's other documents, the bank statement, the bag the man took there. So she went with all those things. And we recover all those. And
according to her, hard drugs were usually part of the adventure. She said late Usifo suffered 3 stabs.
The first one was twice the distance, the first one on the neck side. That was the first one. And then when I stabbed into the first one twice, I threw the knife on the bed. Then he was going for it while I went for it. So while I laid on the bed, that's when it came on me to hold the knife, and that's when I managed to stab him with the knife.
The murder suspect confirmed that she used a foreign number to book for the short service apartment.
It's an app that generates numbers.
How would you do that?
Yeah, it's possible.
It's possible. I withdrew some money from it.
How much?
About 380. 5 million wasn't withdrawn from his account.
The suspect was tracked and arrested at her parents' residence in the Yaba area of Lagos. She will have her day in court. Ivy can.
Well, that's the story. And 21-year-old, the issues are all over the place for us to talk about. Her father, as we hear, according to a report, has been arrested because he was resisting the arrest of his daughter. But this is quite worrisome. I mean, for those as parents, and when you look at everything happening, a 50-year-old man killed, involving a 21-year-old girl, drugs also involved, so many issues. But then let me begin with you, Mariam. What's your reaction to this story? Because yesterday, I wonder how it was for you.
Yes. Okay, so, you know, at first you hear the story of a man being killed by a 21-year-old. I felt real sadness for the family of the man, his wife, because his mother also was on social media. She had sent a message, a birthday message, to her son on social media, celebrating him. not realizing he had already been killed, because his birthday was the next day. And, you know, she came out this on social media and she was like, they've killed my son. Now there's his wife as well. And then I saw this interview and I saw the child that did this thing. And I just felt so sad, allegedly. And I felt so sad for her because that's the end of her life, forever. This is it. You know, I'm looking at her,
How
she's
so?
speaking. She would be in court, she'll be in prison. If it goes through the court and she's convicted,
Worst case scenario,
you know,
life.
that's, yeah, worst case scenario, life. She'll be in prison for
But some would
life.
say that a 21-year-old is not a child, though.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
She's
That's
an
it.
adult.
Yes, so she will face the law. She is not juvenile delinquency. Is not. She will not be in. You know, she will be in real prison where she will meet hardened criminals. It's sad for the parents that raised her. She's in her 3rd year in the university. I mean, there was so much ahead of her. Now
Future
it's
was
all
looking bright.
Now it's all gone. For what, really? For 380,000 naira that you would have one day grown up to earn even many, you know, millions and millions over. So it's truly just a sad story all round.
Tope.
So many layers, like onions. You keep peeling and you're crying. You keep peeling and you're sad. Once again, my heart will go out to the family of the wife, whose family and private relationship is now public
Blown
discussion.
out there.
You know, whose personal pain has now become funny questions of, so when he touched you, how did he do it?
Should that question be coming?
She can't grieve normal grieving for the fact that she has lost the father of her children and her husband. But now her grieving process is now truncated with the fact that he had illicit affair that led to his death. He had drug issues. He was spending money. You know, like there's a whole lot. I cannot imagine what she's feeling. What the children will be going through. They should be mourning their father. And now they are hearing the father didn't just die. Like, he was not just murdered. There was a lot of other drama involved. I feel there are many other actors to this scene is just first scene.
It's a feeling. It is not
Yes,
being proven
I feel,
yet.
yes, I feel that there are many other actors in this film because that girl, to a man at 50, that girl is a small girl. How did she overpower him? There's just so much that I feel they need to investigate more. So now
they are taking drugs.
Then there is the evidence quote that was on the floor.
That's another.
Like the police patrolled the lady, she was talking, and then there's a video showing the evidence on the bare floor, the clothes that has evidence of blood. How are they supposed to test? I thought the process would be confirm the DNA on the blood, do all of those.
They said they will have blood stains. They said they will have blood stains.
And then to the point of, what should a 21-year-old be doing with a 50-year-old? And my thought was, I was 21. Every 50-year-old at 30-something years toasting me. This is what happens in our society. Because this is coming out now, and I'm saying, what is a 50-year-old doing with a 21-year-old? They've been doing it everywhere. I won't talk about it.
So perhaps this is an opportunity to actually talk about
the real issue. Leave girls alone.
Yeah.
I felt, I don't even know what to say, but it's a lose-lose situation for both families. You don't wake up to envisage this sort of thing happen. And when we really want to talk about what is a 21-year-old doing with a 50-year-old, we have 11, 12 that are married to 60, 70, exactly, we have that. We see, we have, if not that this happened, he could have woken up one day to say, I'm going to take her as second wife. We have all of that, so it starts from that relationship. Yeah. It's what the society
has accepted.
Yes, exactly, has accepted. And it's not, you know, it's when something happens that you, on hindsight, you now start, this shouldn't have, this is not the right thing to do, but it's something that we accept and we celebrate. We have parents who, their children go from school, come home, bring things, decorate the house, change the settee and all of that. And we clap for them, well done, God bless you. We're not asking questions. We're not asking, where is this money coming from? I really don't even understand what she would be doing with that amount of money in the first place. I don't know how much the school fees is. It was like a federal school, so I don't think it's that amount of money that she would need.
Don't buy iPhone.
Exactly. So we have the society celebrates people who have the best things of life and makes every other young person, instead of focusing on
their
academics, what is going to make you have value, give value, and get money later. You want to acquire. You at that age, we weren't even think. We didn't even have phones. We had touchlights, and they had people. No, they even had people who had big phones. Well, we're not seeing it when we go for competitions. We see that, but our focus wasn't on the big things of life. Materialism wasn't this bad. So the society has encouraged this, and we see these people who feel that because I'm doing this with this sort of person, I think it's time for us to start asking questions. And you know,
we need to go on break.
May I just land this thought
quickly?
I wanted to say that if as a human being, you need to care for your family in terms of how you act, how you behave, because if anything goes wrong, it's going to rub on the innocent people.
It's a rub off on everybody. Let's quickly go on this break. We'll have the conversation afterwards. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
All right. Thank you for staying with us. We're still staying with that story of the suspect that was paraded for murdering the CEO of where again? People TV? Super TV, yes. Super TV CEO. And it raised a lot of questions. No parent wants to see their children arrested. Right. But one of the issues that came to light was the use of drugs. And that is a menace that Nigeria is burdened with as we speak. The burden of drug abuse is a lot, especially amongst young people. And it's worrisome finding that a 21-year-old was also involved in this.
Yeah.
Ladies.
Yes, I like to take all the NDLEA stories. And every day it says that if we are truly aware, Nigerians are aware of the percentage of Nigerians who use drugs, and it's from age 19 to about age 60-something.
Some are even before 19.
Good. Yes. So this is a 50-year-old who probably your parents will say, go to uncle, let him advise you on this, your bad behavior. Meanwhile, uncle is also doing it with you. Do you understand? So there's no society again, Seth, that you can even run to.
Or even encouraging you to do it.
So now you're allegedly having drugs with this girl. I mean, when she was even naming the drugs so casually from her mouth, I'm like, she even knows the names. I don't even know any of these things. And, it's one thing to be with a younger girl, much younger girl, a 21-year-old, but it's another thing to also involve her in drugs use. So if NDLEA had stormed that place, so they would have paraded both of you for using drugs or something. And it just shows the decay in the society, and it also sort of explains the materialism. So she's using drugs, and all she wants in her life is to be able to get some money and spend on herself. And then what we hear is that they hallucinate, they become emboldened.
In fact, these days, you see people, you see videos of persons using drugs and people filming them to see on the floor, displaying.
Exactly. So,
and people are there smiling. And
so
I'm wondering,
you become emboldened. So, because I was like, how do you take a knife to a human being's neck and don't freeze? How does your conscience...
did it the first time.
How does your conscience not just arrest you and like, what am I about to do? But you're on drugs. So it doesn't matter. All of a sudden, you feel like you're Superman, Spider-Man, you're about to take on the world. That is what happened. This drugs issue is a big issue. It's the reason for banditry, terrorism, hoodlums everywhere, and clearly, as we see today, murder.
It's sad.
So obviously, we all here would say we are against drug abuse. We are against drugs in every form. But I also think that we need to understand that these things have been largely normalized in some circles among these younger ones. It's a way of being indoctrinated. It's a way of feeling among, and we need to make contentment cool. We need to make being conservative cool, because I was 21, and there were many men that were after me, that were luring me with all the things that looked cool. But contentment was cool for me. And I knew I was going to wait for my time. And that all these things, I will get it at the right time.
Do you think upbringing also played a major role in your life?
Obviously, because growing up, why would I bring phone? Like, would I bring a phone to the house? How would I say I bought the phone? Even a shoe. How would I explain I bought a shoe? You know, so there were things that my parents would question me on over and over again. We have parents encouraging girls to hustle. What do they mean by go and hustle? We have parents that will tell them, see your mates, go and hustle. You know what they do. You say, go hustle. When you say, if you buy us, bring flat TV, come inside house. Right. And those, like, frivolous things. I'm talking phone, TV, Veronica, car. And you're trading your child's future because of what you want to eat now. And many young girls are trading their life, their destiny, because they want to use the latest iPhone or Samsung or whatever. We must make being contented cool. We must make waiting for our time cool. We should stop doing this. Everybody's on Instagram. Right now, everybody's changing their shape. Veronica, that is like everybody's changing shape.
Yes. 19-year-olds doing it.
So these are the things that, you know, put pressure. How those who are seen as superstars, the celebrities,
they're doing it.
You see their videos on social media, and everybody wants to feel like them. That's where the pressure begins.
Veronica, there's also a part that I would not want us to ignore, which is the fact that
with regards to drugs?
With regards to this issue, because it could also be that that stabbing happened as a result of self-defense. You know, everything is not black and white.
Did it the first time?
Hold on.
And second time, self-defense?
You went inside that place. Everything
I know, I'm just saying what she said.
Everything is not black and white. There's always a gray. There's always a color there somehow. And it will be unfair that we, you know, sort of give her the public trial before proper investigations are done. Because the truth is, sometimes we always assume it's the elder person that is, you know, teaching the younger person. Most times, it's even the younger who is indulging and, you know, introducing certain things.
Because they are well aware.
Exactly, certain things to the older person. Yes, so you may, very dumb, of course. When you're thinking with that part of your body, you don't think, you're not logical, you know. You are looking for a relations with a younger person. You are going for only one thing. It's not like you want to better her life, you want to put her in school and all. You are going for that thing. And when you're thinking with that part of your body, you don't use, your brain goes to sleep. So it's possible that the relations that they had...
and your brain is still sleeping.
Yeah, really? I'm talking about the drugs now.
Okay.
Yes, it's possible that it's even the young person who introduced the drugs. It's possible that when they started the relations and she sort of got tired, it was as a result of self-defense, because we didn't know how high they were. We didn't know what moved who to start hitting each other, whatever happened in that situation. I would like that she could have been with a lawyer. The interview, the questioning.
That will be the next thing.
She could have been, before that, she has already said everything. She has already confessed and all of that. She could have had a representation. That's how things are done in the civilized world. So that we don't have a case of somebody was saying some things under duress. No, leave what lawyer is saying, not concerning their work they do. Somebody will not say somebody said something under duress. You know, it could also be that there are other major players in this, and it's not just her. But if a lawyer had been present, we may be able to now get some of this richness of that case, exactly, and not just hang it on one person. What if she was just a tool and there were major players who had something against?
Investigations are still ongoing.
Yes. So I think she could have been represented. That's how they do it.
All right, we'll have to go on a break now. When we return, we'll still continue the conversation. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
All right, thank you for staying with us. We're still talking about the suspect that was paraded for, you know, murdering the CEO, the 50-year-old CEO yesterday. And Mariam, you wanted to talk about legal representation.
Yes, I do. I was looking at the report like we all were, and for me it was, I don't know if the way we watch it on TV, Hollywood, you know, someone like that, first of all, she would have the right to remain silent until she has her legal representative beside her, and talking about the case, giving everything out.
But you know, when they do some parade in Nigeria, we see them talk.
Yeah, so my own is I'm questioning this process.
Right.
Like, in many ways, we've heard cases being thrown out on technicalities. And sometimes we hear things like that. You've given out all the evidence and everything. A lawyer is able to sift through all that they've heard now, and when they get to the court, you know, are we ensured that justice will be done, you know, will be done because of how so openly. Tope mentioned the evidence right there. The way we see it in the movies, those things will be bagged, and then they'll be labeled, and it's just there. And look at the evidence and the bag. We saw blood on it. What if tomorrow they say, well, it was actually round blood? Because when I went to the market first to pack meat. Do you understand? So it just seems to me that this way that we handle criminal
it reminds me of the case of that girl who was murdered in Calabar, where the scene of the incident was said to have been contaminated and all of it.
So you know the yellow whatever, I don't know if we have it here in Nigeria. We do. Good, but we hardly see it. So we should have seen that that place has been contained.
We use it.
Good. So we should have seen that that place has been contained. Maybe some people are able to
cordoned off.
Cordoned off. But we don't get that. And for me, I'm afraid that that is how we deal with many other issues. And we have cases being thrown out because of that. So we should rethink the way that we do these police parades.
And if you remember the kidnap kingpin, I've forgotten his name right now, who has later sued the police that his process of arrest was wrong. His properties were taken before the case was tried, which is illegal, and he sued the police and was asking for compensation. This is a man whose case hasn't been tried yet. So there are places where, and I think I've asked Commissioner Nima when she said that, if you don't have a lawyer present, by the time your lawyer comes, the lawyer can say that everything you said
was under duress.
Yes, that is not acceptable. So I think we need to work on building better, a more watertight case. And also, until a person is guilty, let's avoid this parade, and let's avoid having media pressmen. Pressmen are not investigators.
To be questioned.
They were paraded for them to be seen by the press.
Yes, I don't believe
so
pressmen
it is
should
left
be investigators.
For, they are not investigating. They allow them ask questions. So it is.
But you
I'm saying that I feel,
normally they would
who should say, okay, she can answer that question and no comment and all of that.
We need to evolve into a place where the police gather the information until there is a proper conviction. The police will be the only one that will give the media information on
These
what
are the
is going
processes
on
we need to
that we need to put into place. But this reads very, very bad on many levels. And I feel that we've touched on almost everything that happened in this situation. But there are friends behind the scene that know these things. And you know, we have friends that accommodate our weaknesses because they feel like it's not my place to point it out. And this situation, we just see that, I beg, man, he get a leg, he use the money, go buy babe, go collect babe. What was my own to say anything? So we overlook. But it's important that we inculcate and have friends that can tell
you the truth as it is.
Yes, you are about to be 50. What do you define? Why you they go book room? You know, like have those tough conversations.
I'm sure they do. Assume that everybody is open to their friends. There are people that are very secretive. They will do it for years. I'm sure you saw, you heard from the newspaper reports where some of the friends said, she's very quiet, she doesn't talk to anybody, she comes to class, she does her work and all of that. This man too may have his own friends.
He's searching for him, very disciplined.
Thank you.
Even if it was with someone, it had to do with work.
Thank you. So you could be that sort of person, or that person could be that sort of person who doesn't share. You don't even get to have an insight that this person can do this.
So you're living a coded life.
A coded life apart from your public life. I also want to say that our police is always in a hurry to score points. They just want to show that we have, we don't catch.
You think that's what it is?
We don't do it. Yes, they always do that. So they don't settle down to follow through, and that's why we lose most of the cases that we could have gotten good judgments on. And I think that they should take a leaf from what happens internationally. They claim that they do training. I don't see an evolving anyway. We do the same things the same way all the time. They should learn how to handle cases like this so that they can, like Tope said, have watertight cases. It's very, very important
because she's
for the development of the country.
Her face is not even supposed to be out there.
Tomorrow we could have new evidence that shows that she's not guilty. You have ended up embarrassing the poor girl outside. You've embarrassed everybody. Do you understand? So I think we need to upgrade. If we need to go for, we don't have money, we claim we don't have money. But
the police
needs, the police needs to upgrade and
I am
if you
going
have
somewhere.
a friend, you're going to for a break.
No. I'm going. Just finish. Land.
Okay. So if you have a friend who shares their excesses, it's right to tell them the truth. If you have one that you don't know, where will the truth come from? Because you don't even know this side of the person. It's just a very
So it's a
situation.
reflection of the kinds of people we have around us. Like, if I'm your friend, I believe we should be open to one another. I believe, that's
so
what
that
I
when
said.
we quarrel, you now expose me.
You see,
But it's the truth.
you see,
We quarrel,
some
you
people will be
expose me.
coded.
But I think that we unconsciously assimilate what is being done in our environment, like unconsciously. I'm on a diet. My husband, like, he didn't really plan it, but now every I go and drink, he's drinking it with me.
Yeah.
Mayam came on the show, no MSG, no MSG. Little by little, everybody here is migrating to no MSG. You know, like, there's things that you would just
It rubs off.
You will rub off.
Yeah.
So try and be around people that the things they are doing, you
Like
don't mind
minds,
rubbing off on
perhaps.
you.
Yeah.
If you don't
But
know
when you are around people
Let me
that
tell you why it's different in Nigeria. In Nigeria, there's a culture and there's a lifestyle where men can date younger people. So even if you don't do it yourself, which is good, you are in a bigger society that sees it as cool.
Normal.
Many people will hang out with their friends. I don't know if you hang out with their friends and everyone is coupled with someone that is not the wife.
and they're okay with it.
Yes, it does not raise any eyebrows. It's
okay
fine. In fact, they'll be hailing you with the latest cars, like, whoa, bro.
This one you catch.
Exactly. So it's not even so many people that are even different. They are like the more disciplined ones. They
are seen as alien.
But you know, when this conversation started, many things I've heard from men. Nobody is blaming this man for being with a 21-year-old girl.
they are not
You know that the 21-year-old girl is a witch.
Yes.
Because he's a man, it's okay.
It's normal.
What if the girl is doing things that the wife cannot do? You know, things like that. So Nigerian men, before they come for me, I say not all Nigerian men, but most Nigerian men in the lifestyle is okay to be with someone like that.
My concern-
okay to do things.
It's as much as we have our opinion about these things, we see it as not okay, but others see it as being okay.
Yes.
But my concern here, again, is the impact on the families involved.
No, that's
It is
the
not
saddest
okay.
part.
It is basically not okay, for my own opinion.
That's the saddest.
The impact on his wife,
The children.
who holds a position that is respected, as it has been said.
And now she'll be pitied.
Her children or his children too.
School.
Now the parents of the girl,
The girl, yeah.
The parents of the man as
the
well.
parents of
girl
the
that have
man,
been
the parents,
arrested.
it's the father that was arrested because he was resisting the arrest of his daughter. The impact. So a lot of persons should perhaps begin to take this as a lesson and reevaluate things if they find themselves in this circle. We'll take a break now. When we return, we'll continue our conversation. Stay with us. All right, thank you for staying with us. We'll take some tubes now. Let's get reactions.
Sam says, this mother CEO owned a telecoms firm. That's a money-making machine industry. I heard from a reliable source that the man won some telecom contracts from somewhere. Ola Didi said, I guess, okay, so someone was asking why would there be a knife in the first place in the hotel? And Ola Didi says, I guess the knife came from the food tray. Nilade said if she wasn't withdrawing money from his account, she probably could have claimed manslaughter, but killing him and raiding his account, that is premeditated murder. Goodsby said, yes, getting reporters to ask questions is just wrong. Police should give the reporters information about the case. Biliki says, Nigeria is a real jungle, I tell you. You are guilty until proven innocent. If ever proven innocent in Yale. Corey Williams said, in Nigeria, 21-year-old is still a baby. How many of us became independent at 21? Even at 30, most of us are still under our parents. How old was, they mentioned Regina Daniels when she married, and Sanusi when he married the 14-year-old. And Bilikis Morenike says, the right thing, there's motive for murder by any interested party on that deal. Money is a driving force. So this is more, throwing light on the other issues that we may not be aware of. And all speculation still, it's really proven.
It's proven. And that's what we'll be waiting for. A lot of Nigerians we want to see justice being done and seen to be done at the end of the day.